All right, not for long, because they'll be confirmed and they'll be sitting in the cabinet. Hundreds of journalists today took to the streets of Nairobi to protest against sustained harassment by the government and police officers, as well as to defend the independence of the profession in the country. In the peaceful protest held from morning all the way to the afternoon, they presented petitions to the Acting Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula, as well as to the ICT Ministry, which they want addressed as soon as possible. KTN's David Mudoka participated in this demonstration in the CBD and filed the following report.
At exactly 10 a.m., hundreds of journalists who had gathered at the heart of the country's capital of Nairobi began their peaceful march around the CBD from Kimathi Street to protest against the ongoing harassment of the media by police officers and the government. Dressed in white and black, with whistles and vuvuzelas on their lips and placards carrying various messages to the government raised high, the journalists marched in solidarity along Kenyatta Avenue, Moi Avenue, and Harambee Avenue before making a stop at the entrance of the National Police Service headquarters at Jogoo House along Taifa Road.
Here's the petition.
Here, the journalists presented a petition to the Acting Police Inspector General Douglas Kanja following the abduction of veteran journalist Macharia Gaitho by DCI officers and the shooting of Kameme journalist Catherine Wanjeri Kariuki by police officers during the Gen Z demos in Nakuru City last week. Thereafter, the march to the second destination of the day began. From Taifa Road, the journalists joined City Hall Way and briefly stopped outside the Supreme Court of Kenya, where they sang all three stanzas of the national anthem. Then, the march continued along Parliament Road, which for weeks had been blocked, following the invasion into Parliament by demonstrators last month, before coming to a third stop of the day at the entrance of the National Assembly. Here, the journalists presented a second petition to the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, following the banning of some journalists from entering the precincts of Parliament earlier this month.
Majengo ya bunge ni ya umma. Yes. Ndio? Hakuna mtu anaingia hapa na bunduki, hakuna mtu anaingia na risasi. Yes. Wanakuja kuangazia na kufahamisha wananchi na kile ambacho kinaendelea. Yes. Ni vipi mnasema kwamba fulani hawezi kuingia, kwani yeye ni gaidi? We are not criminals.
We are not criminals.
We are not criminals.
We are not criminals.
Kila mwanahabari ana haki ya kuangazia habari na kufahamisha wananchi kile ambacho kinaendelea bila ubaguzi wowote. Ahadi ambayo Kingi aliweka, ahadi ambayo Weta aliweka ni lazima watimize.
Why are you blocking media from accessing the press gallery? Yes. That is unacceptable. The bare minimum is we must use the media center and we must access press gallery on. Yes. Yes.
The petition was received by a representative of Speaker Wetangula.
I want to say that all that you are bringing to us, we will respond, a speaker will respond officially and speak on the matters of free of the space, even the press.
The third and final destination was the office of the ICT Ministry, where the officers in the ministry received complaints ranging from the sponsored attacks of journalists, including journalists from the Standard Group on social media, to the delayed payment of advertising money to media houses, as well as to the government's withdrawal of adverts from media houses. The journalists called for the resignation of ICT PS Professor Edward Kisiangani, who is alleged to be behind the withdrawal of state adverts.
I have received your petition and I will ensure that it gets to him. So thank you very much.
And please, after receiving, we need action. We need action. We need action. Ama tutarudi Kenya tena kesho. Kwa sababu Wakenya wana haki ya kuandamana, sisi tutaandamana tu.
And for more than 3 hours on Wednesday, Journalists marched across various streets in the Nairobi's central business district, bringing the country's capital to a standstill to pass one message to the government that the independence of journalists must be safeguarded at all costs as enshrined in Article 34 of the Constitution. David Muthoka, KTN News, Nairobi.
President Ruto's last bites of